Born in East LA. Born in East LA.
That's one way to start.
Yeah? Well,
You don't know the words? First thing I know, I'm in a foreign land. People talking so fast I couldn't understand. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Lights, Camera, Cocktails. It is November. We hope you guys are staying warm and staying safe in all this madness that's going on out there. We got a very special guest with us today.
Yep.
He is one of my closest friends. He is visiting us for a few weeks.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Alex Alfaro is joining us.
Alfaro.
What's happening?
Yep.
What's up, man? It's good to see
My leg's
you.
broken. That's what's happening.
I don't want to put your business out in the street.
It's all good, man. I put my own business on the gram.
Okay. So Alex was a little pedo, and some things happened, and yeah, his leg's broken.
Yeah.
So he's
I'm recouping.
he's recovering here.
Yeah, I'm here, man. Like in 32 staples and a fractured hip later, man.
I know, he showed me his ass earlier.
Literally, I did. I was like, "Hey, you want to see my staples?"
That is like that's like real friendship.
like that's real homie shit there.
When you
Bro, you gotta see this.
Yeah.
And Jason's like, "Oh man,
Dude. That's a nasty scar.
that's
I'm not gonna lie.
great."
In like 3 years.
Yeah.
It looks scars are always cool because people are like, "What's that?" Or you can get a cool tat over it.
Well, I hope that it's like my first tattoo. You know, when one of my first tattoos was this little LA right here.
Oh.
And you know, but when I got it, it was like this big. So I'm hoping that as I get older, my
Gets
my scar
LA gets
looks-
smaller and smaller.
Yeah, exactly. And my gash looks more like a cat scratch. You know?
Put some cocoa butter on it.
Oh yeah.
That helps. Helps them scars.
All right, well, I'm ready to drink.
Oh,
I am too.
It's
been
been a
guys-
long fucking week, and
You
it's
guys-
And I'm
only
on meds.
Wednesday.
I just want to say this is probably the first episode that I am sober starting this show.
Wow.
So I need to
Zenobia's coming straight from work.
Straight from work. He wouldn't even let me like sit down. He was like, "How long do you need?" I was like, 20 minutes. He's like, "Make it 10." I was like, "Oh, okay."
And Jason's going straight to work.
Okay, that's why
Like 2 hours after we're done.
we gonna get you. I'm gonna make you those
It's
2
going-
hours that you sleep.
It's going to be so good.
It's gonna be good after
It's
the
be
straight.
so good. What
Okay.
are we drinking?
I did not make this up,
Oh, really?
but it is called Border Crossing.
Border crossing.
Border crossing. All right.
So
Okay.
today we are drinking 1.5 ounce of tequila
Mhm.
or tequila.
This
depending on how
episode
you
is
feel.
not sponsored by Jose Cuervo.
But it
It
could
should
be.
be.
It could be.
And it could be.
Because this is not the only bottle of this on our shelf.
Fuck no. We
This
got
is
like
just
3 handles in there.
Yeah,
right
there's
now.
a lot in there. So there's 2.5 teaspoons or 2 teaspoons of lime juice,
Tisp.
1 teaspoon of lemon juice, and 5 ounces of Coca-Cola.
Can you teach us for the ignorant out there, like some of y'all, what's the difference between lemon juice and lime juice? Because it's all lemonade to most people.
See,
so.
lemon juice gets you kind of right here, but lime juice gets you way back here by your ears. That's the difference.
Well, let's try this drink because I need a drink.
Yeah,
and
all right.
then we will...
Cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
Salud.
Hello.
Oh,
Oh,
Damn.
watch the book.
that wasn't me.
I want to try border crossing.
I'm so,
No, it's okay. I'm gonna try it.
Bad.
Oh, this is good, man.
that's not... And I
Hey,
don't like
man.
tequila. That's not bad.
You know what? You put a little tajin on this. Whew.
Oh,
Pour a little tajin, and it's just like drinking Slurpee mangoneada, yo.
do you have tahini?
There's
Grab
tajin
some.
in there.
Let's talk. Let's freaking yes. Add a dash.
Just throw it on the rim right there.
This is better
Wait,
than
what's
I thought.
tajin?
It's like Lucas, bro.
Yeah, that's
I'm
you get it from the ice cream man.
Everybody had Lucas in the 90s.
Now all week I was sketchy about this drink. I kept thinking like,
Alex
God,
brought his own bottle.
did he?
Just throw a little bit on there. I want to throw a
Wow.
You
little
did
bit.
like
okay.
a rim of it?
Yeah, I wish I would have
Yeah.
did. Where were you at when I was making the drink, man?
Nah, I'm good.
You did?
You make your own.
Ooh.
Don't you do it.
No, I'm gonna put my hand.
She's gonna do it like they used to do, just a little bit.
I used to do that.
I'm telling you, man.
Ooh, that actually adds.
It
I like
does.
A
that.
little like bite to it.
I like it. So, are you guys ready for a little bit of herstory?
Wait a minute, we've already done herstory on tequila.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna get? Is it on tajin?
We just added that one. And we have already done a history on Coca-Cola.
Yes, we
Remember
did.
them?
Yes, we did.
We are going to do history on lemon and lime. That
Nice.
is crazy. You
That's
totally
actually
called
really
it.
funny that you asked that.
You totally
There
called
you
it.
go.
So, I wondered why they are always in our cocktails. At least one in all our cocktails. And today we got two.
Okay.
And the reason why is because the lemon and the lime open up the flavors in our fucking cocktails. And it opens up the sweetness and the bitterness that comes into our alcohols and the mixers. So it helps.
It
Now,
brings out the agave.
yes, especially in tequila because, like, you know, you
Yeah.
take a lime with tequila. So the difference between the two is that people see, they measure it by its sweetness, and there's more sweetness in the lemon one. So that's why we usually have lemonade and not like limeade.
No, that'd be.
I mean, there is limeade out there when you ain't got that lemon, but usually we have lemonade.
I'm a lime man myself. So.
I love limes. Like, I can just take one and just put it in my mouth and suck on it. And it's really good when you have like cotton mouth because it helps bring all the saliva. 'Cause it makes you...
I can't do that. I'll get that face that just like.
Oh, I can do it without the face, just like. And if I would have had more time, I would have garnished with a lime. But here we go.
It's
This is
okay.
good.
All right.
So you can also use oranges. Oranges is also something that is commonly found in our cocktails. Are commonly found in our cocktails. But today I wanted to focus on that. And I'm glad that you brought that up. I was like, oh my God, are you reading my fucking mind right now? This is crazy. Yeah. Because I looked at this drink and I was like, what the fuck am I going to talk about? Because we've already done the history. I think we did talk about Jose, and we talked about tequila,
We're
and
running out of histories.
and we talked about the health story for it as well. I
Yes,
had
we
to
did.
look it up to make sure.
Tequila's good for you.
It's good.
It is.
And it is good for muscle spasms
There
and
you go.
pains.
Perfect.
You know, it's going to help you go to sleep.
Bef-
It's going to be good.
after the podcast. Is
Yeah,
over,
yeah, not right now.
before.
Wake up.
Not
I'm gonna slap
before.
So, and that's a little bit of her story
I like that a lot.
on Living in Line.
I like that a lot. Alex, why don't you tell them what movie you chose?
I chose the documentary on East Los history called Born in East LA by the humanitarian documentarian Richard Cheech Marin.
I love the way you're introducing this right now.
It is an ode to the city of East Los Angeles. Back when Cesar Chavez was known as, what was it known? It was known as Brooklyn Avenue.
Oh, the street? Oh.
Yeah, it was Brooklyn, right? Because fun fact about Boyle Heights is that it was a predominantly Jewish neighborhood back in the 20s, prior to migration. And so, Born in East LA is one of my favorite films, simply because it's one of the films that depicts Los Angeles the way I remember Los Angeles, not the way Los Angeles is right now.
So,
Yeah,
tell
definitely
tell
not.
me, where are you from?
I'm originally I was born in Guatemala, but I'm from Echo Park. I was raised in Echo Park for half of my life, and then the remaining half of my adolescence I was in South Central. So depending on where I'm at, depending on who I be with, I could code switch it and be from the hood, from South Central, or I can be from Echo Parque. But I can't even walk down Echo Park no more because they got gentrified.
I know.
It's awful, man. The place I used to go get
Your stomach's in knots and your hands in fists.
dude, man. I remember I used to go get payday loans from this place that is now a bougie ass bookstore / coffee
On
shop.
Sunset, right?
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't get me a loan no more. I can't get me a
Where
cheap
do
pair
I
of
cash my check?
Yeah, exactly. You can't get a cheap pair of Cortezes anymore because they turned that place into a freaking barber shop. So that's why I chose Born in East LA. And and I'm a big fan of, Cheech and Chong and whatnot. It was either that or what was the other film? I can't remember.
I was always curious what film, because I knew you were going to be on the podcast eventually. I was wondering what film it would end up being. I didn't see it being this one, but I'm really glad that you did choose this one, because I haven't seen this movie in like 15 years. And damn, has it changed and held up.
Yeah.
I want to say that this was the very first time of me seeing this movie.
You had never seen this movie. How did you like it?
I had definitely heard the song before, but didn't really realize that it was a movie. I am more of the, Cheech and Chong stoner movies more than this one. But I didn't really know what to expect because you did show me some clips of it, and I was like, okay, all right, this could be funny, and it was, and like you said, it does hold up. It is very current to situations that people are going through today.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
big time.
And I love Cheech. I don't care what the fuck he does. I love Chong too, man. It really doesn't matter. We do have a lost episode of Up in Smoke that we did for 420.
So technically, this is our first Cheech because Up in Smoke got lost in, to the digital hard drive gods.
Thank you.
So, are you guys ready for the drinking game?
Wait, can I give you the stats?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so Born in East LA came out on August 24th, 1987. So, August 21st, 1987, this movie dropped. So, the budget for this movie, I don't know. I could not find it. I looked.
Like $100.
I looked.
Latinos keep shit close to the chest. We don't tell you how much we really pay for it.
I was thinking it was probably like 20 grand and you made this fucking movie. Okay, so I don't know how much it cost to make this movie because it is quite low budget and it looks like they probably filmed it at like his Thea's house and they got it on the cheap in Mexico by paying some dudes and he didn't have to pay himself. And so
It just drove to Palmdale. That's all they did.
no, it is filmed in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it did say they filmed in East LA and Mexico. So
in TJ.
yeah, and so it made $17 million.
Oh, good for him.
Nice.
Which, if you translate that in today's money, that's $38 million. So that's a nice little change because I know it did not cost anything close to. He probably did this for $1 million.
I wouldn't doubt it if he made it for under $1 million. This would be like a SAG ultra low budget nowadays.
Yeah.
And so, you ready for the Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't give a shit what they say. Go for it.
Facts.
Rotten Tomatoes, critics, 38%.
Get the fuck
White
out
people.
of here.
Audience,
They don't understand it.
They don't get it.
61%.
More Latinos.
Zenobia, 80%. I think it was really funny.
Uh-huh.
And it's cool to see Cheech, like, he is more the whitewashed Mexican than being the Mexican.
Yeah.
Like, he's wearing his fucking Dodgers hat.
Yeah, his fucking accent
he-
changes throughout the movie. Did you guys notice
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Especially when he talks to the white guy.
Well, yeah.
his
I'm not
mustache.
gonna lie to you, he was probably an illegal.
Yeah.
It's very different from like Up in Smoke and Cheech and Chong's next movie when he's just fucking around on the guitar and shit.
It's just, it was great. It had some good moments. It was warm. And like I said, to look back over the years of movies that we've done, this is probably one of the oldest one that is the most relevant one.
I would say that, yeah.
Because I was thinking, I was like, well, which ones are this is literally probably the most relevant movie that we've had that is especially like a stupid comedy.
Yeah, you expect it to be just a slap. What is it called? Slapball.
Slapstick.
Yeah, comedy.
Screwball,
And
slapstick comedy.
at the end, like,
It actually has a message.
Yeah, it's got a message to it, and Cheech is like, he's fucking with you a little bit. He's pulling at your heartstrings.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm not going to say it was all great because there were some scenes where I was like, what the fuck? Like, why'd you put this in here? But
And
we'll get
I
to
think
that
I know
later.
what scenes you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I wondered why the whole opening scene pretty much is him following this skinny-legged chick through fucking LA.
Patriarchy.
And I was like, what the? And where was she from? What was that accent?
That was a horrible accent. That's what that was from.
I don't know what it
Horrible
was. And
accent.
it confused the shit out of me. It really did.
So we're going to get to her.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Because
So,
there's a conversation that needs to be had about her.
Oh, yeah.
so that's the stats, though.
Something's got to lead his way, you know?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway.
And I think it's just, 80s writing, possibly.
I
You know,
also thought
it's
of
got to
that.
distract you from the fact that he left his wallet at home.
I also thought of that, but I also thought that it showed that he is more American, so he's following the more idyllic, skinny, like girl.
Absolutely.
And then in Mexico, that's not what they're looking for, and the girl that he ends up with is way more curvier and darker.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Shout out to Kamala Lopez for doing the damn thing.
we shot her out. Hold on. Okay, so this movie, this is the Jason show.
What?
I am here for the ride. I'm a guest like you today.
Well, damn.
So,
Put a lot of pressure on her, brother.
I mean, you did like half my work. So,
This is true. I was very excited to do the drinking game for this movie because I grew up watching this motherfucking movie.
he has never asked me to do a drinking game for any movie ever. Never, ever.
Never
he
have I ever.
And he only offers the drinking game, like, rules if I ask for them. So, when he said he wanted to do it, I was
Guess how long it took me to do this drinking game?
like 2 seconds.
Like 2 minutes, yeah. Pretty much. Because
Yeah.
it takes that long for me to type on my tablet. I was like, I got this.
All right, well, let's see if it's any good.
But I can't introduce it, so I'm going to need you to do that.
No, you should. Okay, I'm going to do it. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
For the motherfucking drinking game. Yes, Jason's drinking game. Let me hear it.
Alex, you're going to like this shit. Check this
I'm
I'm
out.
so ready. Get
Let's
ready
do
to
it.
drink.
Okay, so you're going to take a sip every time someone's speaking Spanish to Rudy.
Ooh, okay.
Because he cannot speak Spanish.
I don't speak Spanish. Gosh,
Every single time.
I like it.
Like when he's in the bus and he's like, what are you looking at? A pocho. And a pocho pendejo.
I mean, people spoke way more English there than should have.
Hey, I feel for Rudy because my Spanish is not nearly.
All I can ask for is the time, the library, and where the bathroom is.
An extra guacamole.
Yeah.
I can order food. Yes.
Yeah.
That
you can always,
that
you can
I
always
can
order
do.
food at a restaurant.
That I can do.
Okay, so you're going to take a sip every time that Jimmy is being cheap.
Fuck.
Yeah, this motherfucker is cheap.
What?
He's like,
It is 1987. Where in Mexico in 1987 are tacos fucking $3?
uh-huh.
I was like, $3
Them tacos are $2.50.
Or
They're normally
$2.50.
$3, but
Yeah.
I like you.
Where in the world in 1987?
That might be
I don't want to be in that world.
Some bomb ass beans and rice. They
It
go.
better
I
with
be.
like it though. It's a nice setup for the end when he actually has to put down some money.
That's why he
because-
says it so many fucking times. He's like, oh man,
$500.
I'm out of $162. You're like, okay.
You're only short 150.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
I'll mail it to you. No, it's okay. It's okay.
All right, so here you go. You're going to take a sip every time you hear what's happening.
What's happening? Hey, what's happening?
What's happening?
happening?
Dude, I just want to throw this out there, and you better add this clip because it makes me so happy. But when the Asian guys come out dressed as the Mexicans.
What's happening?
And they're like, yeah, Raiders, let's go Raiders. It makes me the fucking happiest shit. Yeah, so what's happening? I love those.
it. Dude, okay. You're going to take a sip every time that Rudy successfully gets someone in the bar.
Damn.
That's a lot of people.
He's
And
like,
yes,
"Hey,
you
what
do
are
have
you
to take a
doing?"
double sip when you get homeboy that's coming out of the bar and he gets him right back in the bar.
He would have got me right back in that bar. You know that,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
He'd be like, there's 2 for 1 shots. I'm like, what?
And the blind dudes count too?
Yeah, you
Right.
want a little wah, 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 wah. Right this way.
He's so good. He's like, you got 42 people. And damn, 10 cents a head. That's $4. And you're like, fuck.
$4.
Yeah.
He made
damn.
$2 an hour. And the
That's awful,
tacos are
man.
$2.50. He made $1.50.
And he's trying to get $500.
He's trying to get $3.50. The goal is $3.50, but then they
Oh,
get
yeah.
there and homeboy wants $500.
One's 500.
What's happening?
Damn.
All right, you're gonna take a sip every time that Rudy starts a new job.
Okay.
Motherfucker got some jobs. What does he
So
do?
here's a passport, green card.
He's selling green cards.
Selling green
He's selling
cards,
oranges.
selling oranges.
He's what else is he selling?
Singing out in the street.
Singing out in the street. Get a summertime blues.
Oh, that's what I was trying to remember what song it was.
Summertime blues.
And it is so
Summertime
funny
Blues.
because I never thought that it did sound like fucking
La Bamba.
La Bamba,
Bamba?
but they've totally ripped off fucking La Bamba. Or,
Yeah,
Well,
man.
no,
or
no,
did La
that's the
Bamba-
Beatles song. The Beatles song sounds like that.
The Beatles song, that's right.
Twist and shout.
Twist and Shout.
Da-na-na-na.
He's like, yeah.
Da-na.
He's like, no.
I'm gonna raise
La Bamba! La Bamba!
No. I fucking love it.
That's what did you say his name was?
Daniel-
Alex recognized him immediately.
Daniel Valdez.
What is that?
Daniel Valdez. Daniel Valdez. He's
Okay.
the son of Luis Valdez.
Oh.
Okay, so you're gonna finish your drink when Jesus is in Tijuana.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
Javier, estoy en Tijuana, Javier. Pick up the phone.
That's some terrifying shit right there, man.
I just want to say that this is quite awesome to just be sitting here right now.
You relax?
I am this tequila.
Welcome to my life. No.
Yeah. Let's do this
I'm
more
kidding.
often.
You're gonna finish your drink again when the disco bunny soaks Rudy.
Disco bunny?
Dixo bunny.
Oh,
Which is
disco.
disco bunny. Yeah.
You know.
When she throws a bucket of water on his ass, finish your drink.
Okay, I like that.
Because I chose this one because I remember my brother Michael, this was his favorite part in the movie. For some odd ass reason, he liked the light complected OTM. For those of you who don't remember this movie, OTM is the border has Mexican, and then they got other than Mexican.
That are just trapped there.
OTMs. But she throws the water on his ass, and then he looks at him like, what's happening? Okay.
That's so great.
And lastly, you're going to finish your drink when you hear Neil Diamond sing I'm Coming to America.
They're coming to America.
Today!
Right now!
Dude. This fucking movie made me cry again. Again, I can't even say again because I never cried when I watched this movie when I was a kid. I guess I didn't understand it much, but watching it today, it fucking got to me.
Yeah, it hits different.
Yeah, it hits a lot different as an adult.
It does. It's just one of those. I mean, I didn't see it as a child, but I
Mm-hmm.
could see. I watched it a lot this week because,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I had not seen it, and I didn't want to come in here and bullshit with you guys. But
Baby, why you bullshit?
I'm not bullshitting. I watched it 4.5 times. Okay.
Nice.
So the first time I watched it, I just watched it to see what the fuck is this movie all about, and I saw it as a young child, I guess, where it's just funny, and you're like, oh, he's just trying to get home. This is good. But then I watched it again, and I'm looking at it differently, obviously, and I'm like, yeah, you're really trying to get fuck. literally my dad has told me ever since I had a school ID that I don't leave the house without your ID.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care where you're going.
Yeah.
If you get pulled over or you get stopped and you don't have any identification, doesn't matter how old you are, you're black,
Yeah.
they're going to fucking stop
fuck
you.
with you.
Yeah. So always have it so you can prove,
Absolutely.
yes, here, this is me. So, like, you know, every once in a while we all walk off without our wallet. But God forbid
the
it be
shit out
that
of you.
fucking day.
And if you do, because it's been like drilled into your head, you don't continue on with your day. You go back.
Yeah,
for
I
the
got to go
fucking
back
ID.
for my, yeah.
All right. You guys got
That's
anything
your-
to add?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I think that you should take a drink every time East LA is said or LA.
That's
Because
a
they
good
said
one.
that. He even calls him.
I was born in East LA, man.
Yeah. And it's the title. Even the song. If the song comes on, which it opens with that.
I was born in
East
East LA,
LA.
man. I was.
I was trying to wear my little Cheech hat today. A little beanie.
I do like that beanie. That's the Up and Smoke one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I didn't have a Dodgers hat.
Is that the one where he creates the song?
This song?
Not this song. The other song. Mexican Americans.
Mexican
Don't
Americans.
like to just get into gang fights. They like flowers and movies and white girls named Debbie too.
My friend Annette, the wonderful Annette who made the awesome Hocus Pocus book.
Oh, okay.
I was telling her I was doing this movie, and she just went to a Halloween party, and she sent me pictures of some of the people who was there, and someone dressed up as Cheech with like the Mickey
No
Mouse hat
shit.
ears and the
tutu.
And she was like, "Do you know who this is?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
Cheech from Up in Smoke." And she's like, "I knew you."
That's
knew
Pedro,
this."
man. Pedro de Pacas.
I was like, "That's what he dressed up when he's in his band," and she's like, "I knew you would know."
Isn't
Yes.
that right there on the license, man? Alex, you got anything to add?
No, man, it's good.
Yeah, you
Get
did-
into
you
it.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
All right.
great.
You guys hear that? That's applause for Jason's drinking game.
That's
that was
the
really good.
motherfucking drinking game right there.
That's Jason's
sing it.
motherfucking drinking game. He made it up all by himself. Okay.
So, before we dive completely into this movie, we got Alex here. And he ain't going nowhere because he broke his leg.
So we can grill you for hours.
So, I met Alex, almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, man, fuck.
Yeah, we were, it was my very first acting class, matter of fact. And we went to Cypress College together. And I gravitated towards him and Luis. One, because they were Latino. But two, because Cypress College is pretty bougie. And
It's behind the orange curtain, man.
yeah. And I saw these guys like, these
good.
guys are as close to what I know out of anybody.
We
That
was
sounds,
hood.
that sounds like
Yeah.
me going to school and meeting Joe and Helen. It was the same way. I was like, everyone here is like idiots except these people right here. I need to gravitate. They actually know what they're fucking doing and talented.
Okay. And luckily I did, because actually Alex is one of the most talented people that I know in this fucking town.
Next to Jason.
Of course, but I don't know that guy.
Yeah.
And I don't live in this town, or else I'd be on that list.
Whose fault is that?
I'm known
Coming-
in 2 counties.
Coming soon, you know.
I'm coming to Los Angeles.
I'm coming to us. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so we met in acting class, and then we moved out here together. As a matter of fact, Alex was my first roommate when I moved out to LA in this very house.
He's
Yeah,
like- So your room's my room.
Yeah, it was his room first.
Yeah, man.
My room on Thursday. That's my room.
A lot of trauma in that room.
Like, oh,
We don't talk about that.
I had peaceful dreams in there. That bed's comfy as fuck.
That's for when you guys covered the cell.
Oh no.
But nowadays, Alex is out here, and he is an artist like very few. He's doing a whole lot of things. He is. You're still touring, right?
Please tell me about this show. I totally want to see it.
Yeah, man. So it's called Wet, a documented journey. It's a autobiographical solo performance that I wrote and star in because I got tired of playing lawnmower men and thugs. And so I decided to write a narrative for myself, about my experience of being a formerly undocumented American in the country. I mean, and I guess subconsciously, that's part of the reason why I think I chose, Born in East LA. I would have said Coming to America, but y'all covered that one already.
Dude, we did
y'all,
that, like-
y'all stole that one
We
from me.
did
I was
the damn
like,
thing
ah!
for
We
that
did
one.
that one like fresh out of the gate.
Oh,
We
yeah,
couldn't
man.
miss that.
I almost wish that we would have waited till we started doing YouTube videos.
I know, because that was
a damn good
one of our
episode.
favorite drinks.
And it's one of my favorite movies. That one and Trading Places.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, well, December.
That is a Christmas movie.
It
Come
is.
back. I do love me.
is.
We haven't had Eddie Murphy on
I
the
mean,
show.
Alex will be healed up by.
Yeah,
Hey.
I will be here.
But don't mean he can't walk over. Well,
He
probably
does live
can't
down
with-
the street.
Yeah,
What-
but you know what? And neither can Eddie Murphy, right? In that opening scene.
yeah,
That's true.
You just will.
Oh my God! I got legs. I can see.
See,
I can see.
I can walk.
But yeah, so I wrote What a Documented Journey to kind of chronicle the experiences of like having to live under this administration, and finding a path to legalization through a broken immigration system. So I got lucky, man. I think, and I don't believe in luck. I believe in opportunity meets preparedness, and I think it just happened that I was prepared to take on this kind of social activist role and opportunity to do this production, and here I am 2.5 years later, having toured it nationally, continuing to tour it nationally, it kind of it kind of put me on the map a little bit in the theater world, so that's really cool. I mean, I'm grateful for that, but it's also a lot of work.
yeah, it definitely
it's a
is.
shitload
I
of
wouldn't
work.
call it luck in the least bit. I've seen you do show after show after show.
Yeah.
I actually have to re-see this show because I saw it early on, and apparently you've changed it quite a bit.
Yeah, I rewrote it. I mean, and you're right. It's a lot of work. And
When's the next time you're going to be here?
I was just
Tomorrow?
here. Yeah, tomorrow. I was just here at USC 3 weeks ago. Yeah, and then I got in a car accident.
Well, since I got you drunk, can I get a free show tonight?
Absolutely, man. If I can put on a light, I have the QLab
We got
files
the light.
in my laptop. We'll make the whole
Yeah,
thing.
there you go.
happen. There you go.
It's just me sitting on the couch
like, I need
with a
your
border
help.
crossing
I need your
drink.
help. Let's do it. I'm tired. And we're gonna make it.
I mean, if I was going to request anything, I would request one of his poems. Like, I gave $5 to a man on the blue line. That's,
Old Man-
that's
Old
probably
Man
my
Poet.
favorite one.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
That was a
Yeah.
damn good one.
I think that the next time you do your show, you need to make this drink.
I will. I need to make this drink here.
That's actually really good.
Like I said a million times on the show, I don't really care for tequila anymore. I've had too many bad nights, and it brings up bad memories. So when I can make a cocktail where I'm not tripping off of the tequila, I'm happy. And I feel like I've been doing that. There's a couple that I didn't do that. I was like, oh, no. But this one's good. I didn't
This
know
one's
how,
good.
I didn't know how the Coke would be with tequila. I've never had that.
It's interesting, but it's good.
Yeah.
It brings out the sweetness in the Coke, and then the lime complements it well. So.
Yeah.
Lemon, yo. It's good.
It's like a sexy alcoholic cactus cooler, I would say.
I'm telling you,
But
that
you're
thing
few
in.
and far between when you it is rare that I find a drink that I don't like on this podcast.
I'll be hitting it, yo. I do my
The
work.
book's coming out soon, as well as the website.
You guys,
Just kidding. Neither one of us has started that.
I am putting them together. Not all of the drinks on this show will be on there. I will pick the best ones, but a lot of these drinks are going to be on there because they're really good. And some of them, especially the ones I made up, they're
Coming to
definitely-
Amazon, guys.
Damn.
They're
good.
definitely going to be on there. I'm getting so good at this. So,
All right, well, let's dive into this movie a little bit.
it's me diving.
So, Born in East LA. So, this is the one and only movie that Cheech directed. He has one other project that says that he directed, but I think it's a short film. So this is one feature that he is the lead director. I guess he wanted to, try his luck at directing. And personally, I think he did a good job.
Can I give you a fun fact?
Go for it.
Okay, so this movie, like we said, has a song, and the song came out before the movie. So Cheech was reading a newspaper article about a kid from East LA who got caught up and deported to Mexico, and he was trying to make his way back. And while he's reading this, guess what comes on the fucking radio? Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA comes on.
Nice.
And it was just like a perfect storm of like ideas. And he was like, Born in East LA. That's funny. I should do that.
Yeah.
And so the song came from that. And then Universal kind of liked the songs. They liked all the Up in Smoke movies because they've been working with Paramount, I think, for those ones. And University kind of wanted. Yeah, I know. You do that every time. It's
not on purpose.
It's not on purpose. Well, this one is Universal. But yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Universal. Y'all need to give me a shirt.
I'm going to see you tomorrow at Horror Nights.
Hey.
Hey. Okay, so it is... They wanted to work with him, and they kind of wanted to work with Cheech and Chong, but Cheech and Chong had, right before this, pretty much previously broken up. They split up from doing all their stoner movies, and I think that this was a thing that kind of stopped all of that, especially because he wrote this, and he kind of went to them with this without Chong. Mm-hmm. And he did offer Chong the role.
He offered him a role
in the movie, but he turned it down, kind of like pettiness of being like, man, I don't want to work on your brother anyway. But I would still work on it. If we work together on this and all this other stuff, and you do something without me, but you still offer me a part, I'm gonna take the part so I can be part of your art.
Yeah.
You're my friend, you're my brother. But
well, that's how he talked about Tommy Chong in the first place. Like, there's a great quote from Cheech Marin. He says that Tommy Chong isn't his friend; he's his brother. Yeah, because you can fight with your brother.
You can fight with your brother.
And also, I think, but in playing devil's advocate, I think it would have been a completely different film if Tommy Chong would have been in it.
Sure,
it still would have been a Cheech and Chong movie.
Exactly, yeah. It would have been a Cheech and Chong movie. But then it would have definitely created some kind of riff within the dynamic, because you see them as equals in the films. Cheech and Chong, Up in Smoke,
and this
next
one he
movie,
would have
et cetera. Exactly. Tommy Chong would have played a cameo, and then it would have just created, I think it would have created more speculation and questioning about the nature of their relationship.
Yeah.
If he would have been in the movie in a small cameo. You know what I mean? But this was you don't miss Tommy Chong only because I feel that we know what the premise and the basis of this film is, and we understand that it's not a stoner movie. You never see him smoke once.
Exactly. It's a comedy,
I agree.
But it's a drama at the same time.
But for me being the first time watching this, I did kept waiting for fucking Chong to show up.
Right.
I kept going like, well, where is he? I guess he's not coming.
And I kind of feel like this was Cheech throwing his name in the hat as a serious actor and not just another stoner movie.
I was going to say that. I think that this also kind of, he did this to prove I'm more than
just
this comedian who comes up with songs.
Set up the rest of his career.
Absolutely. And like you said, we see Cheech in a million more things than we see Chong.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah.
I agree.
But he out there doing the goddamn thing, man. This movie was good for being your first run by yourself, non-stoner type of movie. This was good.
So in the movie, he is he's yelling at the bus driver. He's like banging on the door, and he's like, I'm an American. I went to Belmont High, you idiot.
Yeah.
So Cheech is born in Los Angeles, However, he did not go to Belmont High.
I went to Belmont High. Shout out to the Sentinels.
Did you really?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
he did.
That's fucking cool.
I did.
I can't remember what the name of his high school was. It starts with an A.
An A?
Yeah.
In East Los?
It's not in East Los.
Oh, okay.
No. But he went to a different high school, and then he went to Cal State Northridge afterwards.
Hey, Northridge.
Mm-hmm. He moved up to Canada, and that's where he met Tommy. And that's how this whole thing started to interweave.
They started as being stand-up comedians, and they...
Weren't they working at a strip club or something like that?
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. I'm pretty sure they
Yeah.
were. Tommy got him a job working at a strip club as a stand-up comedian.
What strip club?
It's Canada.
Have other entertainment.
What's that about?
Alberta, Canada. I don't know. But either way, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. And then they did their first big movie up in Smoke, where they did some...
That's where my trouble goes.
I don't even want to start talking
I
about
take a toke, then all my gears go up in smoke. I missed that episode. I'm so
It was
sad.
a really good one. Jason made me a drink on that one.
I did?
You did.
I don't remember. I was high that day.
That was my birthday episode.
That
Last-
was. We sang happy birthday to you.
You totally did. And they gave me Golden Girls coasters.
Yeah,
That's
that's right.
great.
I forgot about that.
What
Well,
else have
we're going to talk about Cheech again later because he is our main character. But for now, we can dive into this cast.
Can I give you a fun fact?
Yes, you can.
Fun fact! For people out there like me who can only speak very small, poquito amount of Espanol, and I definitely can't read that shit. Cheech's hat when he's working in the fucking...
No cerveza, no trabajo.
Which means no beer, no work. Which I would love that shirt, that hat.
It's on the shirt too, I promise.
I want a shirt and it says it in both languages.
Maybe on the back in English, on the front in Spanish.
Spanish.
That'd be great.
I like that.
That's what I want.
So we're gonna start with anybody seen a redheaded girl in a green dress? I'm very excited to talk about this. Yeah,
you gotta point.
every motherfucker points.
You gotta point to
every
whatever
single
direction
person at
she's
Echo
at.
Park points. The
She's
fireman
right
points.
He's like, hey, baby.
You want to tour the lake? Come on, we'll go
Hey, you
skinny
want to
dipping.
tour the lake?
Look, I'm driving, no
Mama looks
hands.
like two puppies fighting under a blanket. So it has been widely speculated that that girl is Mila Jovovich. It is not her.
Who?
The girl in the green dress. So I was laughing my ass off because Alex thought the same thing.
Yeah, I did.
Who
And
is
I
Mila
thought the same
Jovovich?
thing because that's what I heard.
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Isn't that wild? That's how she's known now?
She
Resident
would-
Evil.
She'd be too young.
She's
Yeah,
about that
she
age.
would be a little young, I think.
She'd be too young.
But either way, even when I was younger, people said that shit, and I just took it at face value.
That's before we had fucking Google.
Exactly. So the actress's name is Neith Hunter. She was an actress. She was a journeyman actress. She did a fair amount of like slasher movies.
Scream Queen.
She did do some Red Shoe Diaries things in the 90s. And I believe she retired in like 1999. Yeah, 1999 was her last project. But what?
I don't know anything that you said.
The point is that's not
Is
Mila Jovovich.
Is she a model?
She's an actress.
I thought the whole
She
time I
was
thought she was.
a journeyman actress.
But what's the accent?
I have no
It's
fucking
a
idea.
horrible accent.
What was that?
I don't
Journeyman
know.
actor who does some accent. I can't tell you where she's from.
I don't know.
I came to pick up my car.
And I'm like, I can't even.
If you are
kind-
true having fun, I would like to have my car. It might
Yeah,
be
it
a
was
French
French.
accent.
like to have my
It was
car.
weird.
Yeah, for free, huh?
I couldn't. I was like,
Magnifique.
was like, what is going on? I don't know what she's what. And she's walking down the same street in the same dress. Fucking a month later, when Ford finally comes back,
in the same fucking drive.
same fucking dress. She got her car fixed while she walking around L.A.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's looking at her in her car. I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah. Or probably it broke down again. You know?
But I'm glad that we finally know the issue has been solved, people. This is Neith Hunter. She is credited as Marcy. That's the name of the character in the movie.
Green dress?
Never say her name in the
I thought
movie.
it was Streetwalker.
I thought so too.
That's
but that's just
awful.
an extra.
I would
So
not.
like, who's
want
the Streetwalker in the...
Oh, they're probably in Mexico.
They're probably in TJ.
Yeah,
I'm assuming
because there were
that's
some
who it is.
streetwalkers.
There was some Streetwalkers. I heard.
But yeah. Also, before I forget, we should mention that there's a very famous actor in here, and this was one of his first. You know how you remember we saw Cuba Gooding Jr. in Coming to America? Well, guess who's in this fucking movie?
Who?
Jason Scott Lee. Bruce Lee himself.
The dragon himself.
The dragon, yes. Mowgli. Yeah. From
Where?
the Jungle Book live action. He's one of the OTMs.
What's
He's the one that's like,
happening?
what's happening?
No way.
Yeah.
Suave. Yeah, that's straight up
Fuck.
Jason Scott Lee.
Okay.
He's playing one of the OTMs.
Okay.
This is one of his very first projects.
Talk about looking back 30
Uh-huh.
years in your career and be like, fuck, I did that project. I got my SAG card, though.
Yeah, right?
But it's a timeless classic.
It really is.
It's a Mexican hood classic.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
It,
I feel you.
it absolutely is. And I love that he's in it. And I didn't know as a kid either. I was like, oh, shit. That's Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, he has portrayed Bruce Lee better than anybody else. No disrespect to homeboy that was in
Just recently did it.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
In Hollywood, he was pretty
But
I
good.
kill you.
Jason Scott Lee did a hell of a job.
Right.
I
Yeah,
hit
yeah,
you. You die. I go to jail. Mm-hmm. These are lethal weapons. Mm-hmm. If you kill anybody, they go to jail. It's called manslaughter.
Okay, so starting with the very first person that we hear, Miss Lupe Ontiveros.
Oh, R.I.P. Lupe Ontiveros.
Oh, fucking, what's her name?
Yolanda
Salinas.
Saldivar.
Yolanda. Fuck you, Yolanda. Not her, but the real Yolanda.
Yeah,
Fuck that bitch.
That bitch took a queen from
She
us.
took a queen. Today I was passing out. You guys were recording this. It's still in October. But today I was doing a trunk or treat. And for my job, and I was passing out candy to a little kid. And a fucking Salinas walk up. She was like 12. Decked out. And I was like, Salinas aquí. I was like all excited to fucking see her. Because she lives on. She's a queen. And Yolanda stole her. But we have talked about her before.
We have talked about it. We talked about it on This Christmas.
This Christmas. That's right.
Yeah. So
She was in there for some reason. It was random, but I'm glad. And we got to see her for a second. We got to hear her voice in this one. She calls the house.
Rudy.
Yeah.
I love her in this. She's that typical mom, dude.
With her weird
With the
apron
Jesus-
on.
What's the Jesus picture with the eyes? That's so weird.
You didn't have one of those when you were a kid?
Not that big. To be honest with you, no. And if we did, it might have just been like a black Jesus, but we never had like huge portraits.
No,
Jesus.
we didn't really either. I do remember seeing those as a kid, though, at other people's houses.
Yeah.
Like, what?
It was creepy as
is
hell. Because
up with that?
it's Jesus
Because the
literally
eyes-
dead, like...
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But the eyes move also.
Moving.
It's, yeah.
I'm
So
glad my mom.
horrible.
I mean, we're a religious family.
Javier's
but I am
not
so
wrong
glad-
for freaking out over the painting.
But, you know, like I think what's interesting
Thought I was
about...
talking to him.
about those moments, you know, like the Jesus picture, like him being in jail, him being hung upside down, and the tattoo and everything. I think it's slapstickle and it's Cheech's way of really creating like this magical, realistic, surreal attempt at like stereotypical Latino humor. You know what I mean? It's like, this is the stereotype of a Latino household. You know what I mean? Everywhere you go, you're going to see a Virgin of Guadalupe, or you're going to see a Jesus piece hanging on the wall, or, you know, you're going to have a cousin that's getting a tattoo done in the basement or in the garage. I mean, like, a lot of the first of my tattoos were done like in somebody's garage with a makeshift, you know, machine.
Monique took that bitch to go get her first tattoo in,
In a garage?
In a garage.
Damn right.
Yeah.
love
It
you,
wasn't
dude.
George, was it?
No.
Okay, because
No.
he's done a lot of tattoos.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
I mean,
Are you kidding me?
I need to get a tattoo from George then. No.
Jason's like, no, you don't.
Scratch it, cut it. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I totally understand that, because when you see like black movies like that, they have the black Jesus.
Yeah,
and
black
they have the stereo. Yeah, I totally understand, and I loved, you know, how the whole family lives in a house, and his nieces and nephews don't listen to. Maybe their hearing hasn't
You
developed
listen to
yet.
your Uncle Rudy.
Yeah. And mind you, I mean, when I saw it for the first time as a kid, it was weird as shit to me too. Like those sequences with Jesus always freaked me out. I was like, wow, like that's how he talks. You know what I mean?
He can
Like,
change his voice.
like I didn't get it until I was older that was you know, the phone basically covering the picture covering the phone. Like when I first saw it, and I'm just like, fuck, Jesus talks like a Mexican.
Yeah, he does.
He
In
talks
my-
like whatever you.
He does in my dreams.
Yeah. I mean, this movie kind of reminded me of, like you said, like the slapstick ness of like Three Amigos, of it being like in Mexico, and just like stereotypical things that happen in Mexico.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It was good. I
So
liked it.
we have talked about Lupe before when we did this Christmas. So if you want to know a lot about her, you can go check out that episode. I will say she had a hell of a career.
I know she did.
Dude, from this, I mean, even before this, when she was doing Zoot Suit, to freaking The Goonies,
Yup.
to As Good as It Gets,
Yup.
and freaking, of course, Selena. And she had a very long and her whole run on Desperate Housewives.
Oh yeah.
Can't forget that. You know, she had a very successful career.
I love me some Desperate Housewives.
Yeah. And I love her in this. She reminds me of some Hispanic ladies that I will not mention on this podcast from my childhood. But, you know, just very much the same energy, the same attitude, the same, like, mannerisms.
Yeah.
You know, especially when she's like, I'll move it later. I just wanted to see how it looks.
He's like, what do you think?
And then as soon as he leaves, she puts it back up.
She puts it right back up,
to
dude.
scare her fucking nephew. Yeah. Fuck you, Yolanda. Damn bitch.
Another memorable but small part is the other OTM other than Mexican, which is Mr. Sal Lopez. So I'm going to pass this over to Alex because Alex knows the man better than I do.
Well, I mean, you know, it's a beautiful thing for me to, like, as a child, watch this film and be like, oh my God, it's amazing. And it's funny and it's cute. And then, you know, as an adult, as an actor, as a member of the artistic community in Los Angeles and in Latino theater, you know, building relationships with a lot of these actors that, you know, watching the movie now, it's like, oh shit, man. Like, I actually know a lot of these people. I have relationships with a lot of these people. And, you know, I've been fortunate enough to work in the Latino Theater Company at Latino Theater Center in downtown LA. You know, I've worked with Sal Lopez, done a couple of readings with him. Jeffrey Rivas did a play with him actually earlier this year. And it's just, you know, it's wonderful to see that. One of the reasons why I also love this movie is because there's so many trailblazers in Latin theater and Latin acting that, you know, these were guys and women who really were fighting against the grain at the time because there weren't any rules for Latinos and Latinas in theater and in cinema. And so they, you know, people like Cheech and people like Luis Valdez and they created these opportunities so that, you know, artists like me, because I'm maybe like 2 generations away from them.
I would say 2.
Yeah, 2 generations away. So even, you know, their children had a hard time establishing themselves in the business. And now, you know, we're in a place where, you know, being Latino is in, whatever that means. And there's more opportunities. So, you know, getting a chance to work with someone like Sal Lopez and listen to his wisdom and listen to the experiences that he's had to go through just to land roles that weren't traditional. And I mean, and what's funny about this film is that, you know, he's playing an Asian character who is learning to be Mexican. You know what I mean? It's kind of like.
So what does he look like then?
Back then?
Yeah, which one was he?
He's the one that is at the end talking to the police officer. He's the one that's like, "Go Raiders!"
Raiders! He's my Raider! Fuck yeah!
So he's the one with the buttoned up Pendleton at the top. He's the one that looks most like LA, like
headband.
Cause he is.
Yeah.
Headband.
Back then, he's got the walk and everything down.
Hey, vato.
So that's how they walk up to that cop with the glasses, like, "Orale, vato, what's happening?"
What's happening?
And the other guy's just making fun of him. He's
my
like, "Hey,
God.
pelamela!"
Fucking love it. It was it. I do love the line where when they come out and he's just like, "Oh, I forgot there's a Cinco de Mayo parade going." She goes, "What's Cinco de Mayo?" And he goes, "I don't know, but we have a parade every year." and it just makes me laugh because
it just whitewashes Cheech's character that much more.
Yeah, he's like, "I don't know, but I know that I get to come out to a parade."
So Sal Lopez again has had a very long and very successful career. You weren't with us in Miami, huh?
No, I stayed behind.
So I got the opportunity to travel with him when we went to Miami with UTM. He was in the Company of Angels, I believe. Which one was it?
Latino Theater Company.
It was the Latino Theater Company?
I think they did La Víctima.
Yeah, they did.
I think.
Dude, he was so fucking good.
Oh, yeah, he's solid, dude.
Damn.
Hella solid.
That was a damn good play. We got to actually see it after we wrapped our show. Sal started off his career. What was his biggest thing? He started in. There's like 3 or 4 people that were in zoot suits in this movie. It was Lupe. It was Sal.
Daniel Valdez. Who played Henry Reina.
Can we have a Latino
and
month?
Tony Plana, who we're going to talk about in a minute.
El Feo.
Name's Feo. So
please the Lord.
He went from that to what the hell is it called? American Me.
American Me, man.
Where he played another zoot suiter in his young age. And one of my favorite performances of his is The Price of Glory. And he doesn't have a big part in there, but he's more of the voice of reason. He's the cousin to the main character. He's cousin to Jimmy Smits. And yeah, I just always enjoy watching him. He's a great actor. So since we're talking about Feo, we can talk about Mr. Tony Plana.
Well, if it pleases the Lord, yes.
If it pleases the Lord.
Then yes, we can.
Fucking guy. So he might be my favorite character in this movie because he's invested the entire time. You know, and after doing some research, I realized why I like him so much. It's because he is in Three Amigos and he plays Jefe.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He looks completely different. And these 2 movies came out within 1 year of each other.
No way.
Yeah. Three Amigos came out in 86. This one came out in 87. And Jefe looks old as fuck. Yet Feo is young. And I mean, he's got his scar across his neck. But
yeah. Wait, so what is he in the jail? What's he do? He's just like the chaplain?
He's a shot caller.
Yeah, he's a prisoner.
What is
he's
he?
a prisoner who's...
He just can walk around?
He knows the ins and outs of the prison.
I guess.
You know, he's been there so long. He's
And he passed out books.
Yeah, passes out books, which means he gets free reign over going from cell to cell. And so, yeah.
He extorts.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how he does his thing. And he uses God.
$100. How am I supposed to give you $100 when I'm in jail?
Hey, The Lord understands.
I do.
You pay it off when you get out, or you work it off while you're in here.
I do love the tattoo scene. That is really fucking funny.
Oh, after he gets recaught?
And he's like, "Oh, should I? What if we just like put a gun to her head and have it come out the side?" And he's like, "Yeah, I love it." Yeah, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
All right, let me go get the stuff. You just sit there and think about your wife.
He's like, "Come on."
He's so fucking angry.
And he leaves him. He's like, "Hello."
So
Hello. Is anyone there?
This fucking
straight up forgot about his ass.
An electric chair.
So you guys tell me. In that scene, it starts off and he has a clear forehead, and then he has these barbed wires across his forehead. Is that? I always took that as a continuity error, but now looking back again, I'm thinking that maybe he just added another tattoo to his forehead.
It's always felt like a continuity error.
Yeah. They didn't
even notice
there was
it.
no setup for it whatsoever.
None at all. That's what I'm saying. It's always felt that way, even before I knew what the hell a continuity error was.
Yeah.
It's just jarring to see.
They fucked up.
Yeah, that's all it is. They fucked up in the movie.
Yeah, because I never saw him put that on him. So it's, I chalk it to continuity error only because there's no establishing shot or motivation to do that.
That's funny. I didn't even notice that.
But I like Faye's character.
That's too
Especially
busy.
when you got him hanging upside down. Fuck me? No. Fuck you. And he just starts reading. Whoa, the evil.
Like, dang, hiding behind that fucking Bible.
Uh-huh. Dude, he is using the Lord to make his money.
Yeah. And then before you know it, he'll have enough $500 to go across it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I don't think Feo really wants to.
He likes his shit.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to come to America. He's got things locked down pretty well right there in TJ.
Oh yeah.
So he's been working. He's been working his ass off. He's got 200 plus credits.
Damn, he's more than fucking Samuel.
He's got a hell of a lot. He's just recently been on Madam Secretary for the last 5 years. Wow. He was already doing Mayans MC. I want to see what episodes he's working on for that one. But he plays a character named Divante Cano. Mm-hmm. So I'm just getting into Mayans MC, and I want to see what he did with that. But he's been doing a lot of stuff, dude. Like, he goes from show to show, and he's not doing small roles. He's doing recurring roles.
Yeah.
Like on One Day at a Time, he plays Bethel.
Oh, One Day at a Time.
He was on The Punisher for 3 seasons.
He was on Ugly Betty.
2 or 3.
That's where I remember him from.
Yeah, so he's still just
Constantly
doing his
working.
thing constantly. Very, very in-demand actor.
He does voice work on Elone of Avalon. The Disney fucking princess.
Oh, yeah.
The Mexican Disney princess our nieces listen to all the fucking...
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh.
I tell them that they're black Mexican all day.
Mm-hmm.
So they know. But yeah, he is one of those like faces that you see all the time and you
don't
know
quite
his
know the name.
But you're like, oh yeah.
For those of you
that
guys
guy.
wondering, Tony Plana.
Tony Plana.
And
man.
Jefe is one of my favorite characters in cinema history.
And he's only in there for like that short sec.
Oh, not Feo, Jefe.
Oh, Jefe.
In
Oh yeah.
Three Amigos. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
mean,
love that character so very much.
when are we gonna do that movie?
Who the hell are you?
If we do that movie, we're just drinking tequila. I hope you know that. Like, I'm not making anything.
Yeah, no. They don't drink anything else in there either.
It's
It's like, we don't got no beer here, just tequila.
maybe I'll have a beer chaser. I'm not that tough.
What's tequila? It's like beer.
Can I give you a fun fact before we move on?
Give me that fun fact.
I don't know who this person is, but somebody might. But there's a cameo in this movie by he is the lead singer of the group, I guess, in there. His name is Larry Blackmoon. Blackman.
I'm not sure. How's that tequila treating you?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good. I'm ready to pass out. He's the lead singer of the group.
Okay.
The guitar group that he be singing with.
I got you. Okay.
Somebody out there knows what I'm talking
Somebody
about.
knows who you're talking about.
And you know what they're saying? Snoopy, you said that fucking wrong, bitch. You can't say shit right. All right.
Here's a name you'll recognize. Paul Rodriguez.
Oh, duh.
So he plays Javier, the rocket scientist. He's your cousin, dummy.
He's like, well, what does he look like? You don't even know. Oh, I guess it makes it seem like
yeah, because he's from Arizona, right?
They're Mexican, so
yeah.
So they're just
Javier, he's visiting from Arizona,
right?
But
they very very subtly throw that in there.
But I mean, he's like. I guess they're making it seem like, Mexicans, we have 1 million babies and so many that you don't even know your goddamn cousin.
Right.
I'm not going to lie. There's cousins out there that I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
Me too,
it's
though.
Like, so you're my cousin? Word. All right,
me
later.
Too,
I'll see you at the next one.
Yeah, so he is another man that you see all the goddamn time.
I thought that he did a hell of a job in this.
Or you hear
It's each person that he's working off of, he makes that shit funny. When he's talking to the factory owner, when he's talking to homeboy that lives across the street.
Yeah, the homeboy across the street.
Way.
He's like, I'll let you in.
¿Qué son? Lottery, man. Loteria.
Like,
Man, I like you. Here, you could keep them. You okay?
Yeah, I'm just the fucking pain. I might have to excuse myself for a moment.
Do what you got to do.
You want more tequila?
No.
I don't know.
I need about 10 minutes. Just...
All right, everybody, we are back.
Yep.
Mr. Alex is feeling a little bit incapacitated at the moment, so he may come back and join us, but the fact of the matter is my man needs to rest.
He got to take it slow.
Yeah, absolutely.
He not 100 right now, and we don't expect him to. So, but the show must go on. The drinks are here. We here. Let's do this. And I'm excited about this movie because, seriously, I didn't know what to think when I was watching this movie. So...
All right, so we were talking about Mr. Paul Rodriguez. So Paul plays Javier. He is the cousin to Rudy. He's the one that is stuck in the house and everybody's gone and he doesn't know what to make of the situation. He's got Jesus talking to him from behind the phone.
He bringing in tall boys.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he's like, cerveza. And he's like,
give me a beer. I want a beer now.
He's like, oh, here you go.
Tengo un tall boy.
Tall boy.
Yeah, that's Paul Rodriguez. This is one of his first movies.
He looked young as hell.
He was very, very young, yeah. And he's doing a hell of a job, though.
Yeah.
Like, everybody that he's working off of, he's doing such a great job.
He has that deer in the headlights look, like, what the fuck is going on?
Yes, he does.
The whole time. He's like watching TV, like, what the fuck?
He's watching
Jesus.
He's watching titties on TV.
Well, yeah, when he got
he's
caught
like
watching
right
TV,
up on the TV. Muchos grandes.
You don't get to see that all the time. So he's like, fuck yeah. Until fucking Jesus calls. When Jesus start calling, he's like, fuck, I need to
What
stop.
are you doing? Are you being good? And immediately he's got to change the channel.
Like, fuck, she can see me. Is there cameras in this house?
So I will tell you that there's an alternate ending to this movie. So you know how it cuts immediately from them at the Cinco de Mayo parade,
yes.
And then it ends the movie with them on the float and they're waving and stuff?
Yeah.
So there's another alternate ending version to this movie.
Did you see it?
Of course I saw it. I saw it years ago.
Okay.
And so what happens is Rudy and Dolores get kidnapped by these guys and they hold them for ransom. And,
damn.
Yeah.
No wonder they cut it. That's a whole nother storyline.
Uh-huh.
Okay, anyway.
And so that's where Paul Rodriguez's character comes into play because he's in the house. And once again, he's got to face his fear with this whole freaking Jesus statue. And he's got to listen to Jesus and he's got to do what it says. But this time, Rudy is feeding English lines to Dolores, who's telling Paul Rodriguez in Spanish to get the wallet off the counter and bring it to the house across the street. Remember in the beginning of the movie when his mom said, I rented the house across the street? So that's where they are. And so he's got to bring his wallet over to the house across the street, pay these guys a ransom so they can let him go. All the while, as soon as they do so, the same jackass cops show up from the beginning. And they arrest those two guys. Okay. And then they come into the house and they see Rudy and Dolores face down counting to 500. And then all of a sudden, they again do not believe that he is legal. They think that he's here illegally. But this time he has his wallet. So he gets to prove to them, fuck you, I'm an American citizen. You can't fuck with me no more.
But Here's they take her and fucking him.
Exactly, but they take her. And so they go back into the house to see if there's any more illegal aliens in the house because they want to make sure they get them all.
Yeah.
But they forget the keys in the car. And so Rudy and Dolores take off. And so they take off, they drive away, and they try and lose the officers in the parade. They come across a float where it's the church. It's the church's float. It's the guy from the beginning who gives Javier the lottery tickets. And the priest that blessed the Rudy's neighbor.
Oh, yeah,
who's the priest who blessed the picture at the beginning of the movie. And so they go up on the float and they tell him, can you marry us right here, right now?
So they get married on the float?
They get married on the float just in time for the officers to be too late.
So she can stay.
And so, exactly. So she gets to stay. So he now pronounces them man and wife. They kiss. Everybody's cheering. And the officers finally make it there. And she's like, nope, you're too late, man. We just got married. In front of all these witnesses here, that makes her legal residence. You can't touch her. And that's why they're waving on the float at the end.
I wonder why they were on the float. I thought they just...
It's a deleted scenes alternate ending.
That real extra. I see why you cut it. That's another 30 minutes.
It's like another 15 minutes, yeah.
Dang, well...
So many people know Paul Rodriguez from his stand-up comedy to his movies. One of my favorite is A Million to Juan.
Already love it.
It's a great fucking movie. And he's still working.
Yeah,
he's still
I see him all the time.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He did one of my favorite stand-up specials from anyone. It was his HBO special. And it was probably like the late 90s, early 2000s, I want to say. But yeah, I love Paul Rodriguez, and I'm really glad that it shows how good he was even way back when.
Even way back when.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of way back when, Mr. Daniel Stern is the man that plays Jimmy.
He's like the narrator of my childhood.
Yeah. You talking about the Wonder Years?
I'm talking about the Wonder Years. I'm talking about fucking Home Alone up in this bitch.
You're talking about City Slickers.
City Slickers. I'm talking about,
everything.
I'm talking about Little Monsters. Mm-hmm. He plays the dad in Little Monsters.
He plays the dad in Little Monsters. Mm-hmm. That's right. Mm-hmm. With Fred Savage again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coincidence? I don't think so.
I don't think so. We did just talk about this, didn't we? Last week?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
And what's his face? Who plays the monster? What's his name?
I don't know.
He's the comedian. He's bald. You can't touch him. You got to fist bump him.
Who's that?
Oh my god!
I have no idea who you're talking about.
He's a judge on America's Got Talent. He did
Howie
Bobby.
Mandel?
There you go.
Oh, you can't. You got to fist bump him.
Yeah,
he doesn't shake hands.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, okay.
You can't touch shit.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, so if you see the full fist bump him.
Well, I'm very sad that I didn't remember Daniel Stern's name earlier because, as you know, I'm working on set right now. And in our little group of friends, we played the movie game. Mm-hmm. And I lost on Daniel Stern's name like 2 days ago. I was really mad.
This show is making us amazing fucking shit. I think one episode we should just do that Like, we should ask.
We should just play the game.
Play the game and have everybody.
And we talked about the game. I don't remember what episode we talked about the game, but basically, I name an actor, you name a movie. I name an actor, you name a movie, and then whoever can't name the next one. So if I say Daniel Stern, Zenobia says City
Home Alone.
Slickers or Home Alone. If she says Home Alone, then I say Joe Pesci. And then if I say Joe Pesci, then she says
Casino.
Exactly. And if she says Casino, then I say Robert De Niro.
Yes.
So that's how the game is played.
We need more Robert De Niro movies.
Robert De
I feel like
Niro?
we only had him on here once.
The Intern, yo.
Oh, I'm down.
Damn good movie. And I lost on Daniel Stern. You believe that? I think I just blanked on his name at the moment.
You're like, Kevin Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
Adult Kevin Arnold. He does the voice.
I was very sad about that because he's a fantastic actor.
Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern is, yeah. And in
Daniel
this,
Stern,
he is the
Daniel
cheapest freaking guy.
He's the only gringo in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
He's hustling out of a bar. Does he own the bar?
I think he owns the bar. I'm not sure. Either that or he manages the bar for somebody that just is never there.
I feel like he's running from the law.
Yeah.
That's why he over there.
They
doing his
loosely
shit.
touch on his backstory. And he's like, the old cowboys that are riding into the sunset and they say, man, if we can just make it to Mexico, then we can make it. That's all he leaves it right there. He's like, all right.
I'm here.
Cool.
I made it to Mexico.
So that's how you got here, huh?
Right over here.
But he accounts for every single penny, dude.
I love when they have characters like that.
Uh-huh.
Because my favorite character that is like that is the dad from Terry Crews from Everybody Hates Chris. Where he'd be like,
yeah.
That's 62 cents worth of fucking juice you're drinking right there. He could break it down. And I love when I see these cheapskates as people who are 10 cents a head, you made $4, but each taco was $2.50.
That's the stuff where the kid comes out of the hallway and he's like, you turn off the light in your room? Yeah.
Yeah. Did you unplug it?
Mm-hmm. It still charges you when you got it plugged in.
It's plugged in. Who touched the thermostat?
Mm.
You had it on for how long? That's $52.72.
Speaking of cheap favorite dads, we should take a second to recognize that Mr. John Witherspoon passed away yesterday.
Pops.
Yeah.
You guys, I don't even know how to I woke up to that and I was super fucking sad.
I woke up to it too.
And I have these weird things that has happened in my personal life and in celebrity life where I think of somebody and I'm like, gosh, it's gonna suck when they die. And then within a week they die. This was one of them. Literally 2 days ago I was like, God, Pops, how old is he? I can't imagine life without Pops. He's just too fucking good. Mm-hmm. And they were going to bring Boondocks back. I don't know if they're gonna bring Boondocks back because I don't want to see it if it is.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does.
Or another Friday.
Yeah, they were talking about last Friday.
That's too much. It's sad. So R.I.P. Pops.
Yeah, John Witherspoon. We love you and we're gonna miss you.
Cause my love goes bang bang bang. You better run for cover, you sweet little thing. Oh, fucking love him. All right, R.I.P.
Oh my goodness. So we only really technically have one other actress to talk about.
I knew nothing about her, so hit me with it. Hit me with your fun facts. Why don't you hit me with your fun facts?
So
Tequila makes me singy. I like it.
It seems like it. My goodness, you got a lot of energy for somebody who is going to be up by itself because I'm going to sleep.
Whatever. I'm literally going to sleep too. I'm showering and I'm out.
So Kamala Lopez plays Dolores. And I think she does a really great job.
She reminds me of America Ferrera.
America Ferrera?
I love that bitch. Superstore is one of my favorite shows. And I also was thinking about Superstore this week because, I don't know, do you watch it?
I do not.
There is a character on there. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched, the past whatever seasons. But there is a character on there who gets deported.
Ooh.
And it's like a pretty like big character.
Yeah, Filipino kid?
Yeah, and
Okay.
he gets, ISIS comes through there and they fucking take him. But he gets out, but he's kind of still like undocumented, so he's still like trying to find jobs and stuff like that. And it just, like, again, it just shows how relevant this movie is because they're just rounding up people and sending them away, especially people you're not even taking your time to see who you're sending there.
Yeah.
Have these people been here since they were 3? They might not be, but they don't know anything. Yeah, they don't know anything from going. I can't go to Mexico.
Yeah.
If you drop me off in Mexico right now, I've been to Mexico a handful of times, like 4 times max. How many times I've been to Mexico? If you drop me off there, I'd be fucked. Fucked. Even if that's where I was from. So, I mean...
Yeah, Alex was Guatemalan born and got here when he was 3 months old. What the hell does he know
What
about?
does he know?
He's in a foreign land.
It's just, I don't even...
I know.
Fuck Voldemort. Continue.
So, Kamala Lopez, this was one of her very first movies, her very first projects. However, she did start off on Miami Vice.
Miami
much
Vice.
like a lot of Latino actors back in the day. Shout out to Johnny Legs.
They need, they needed
First
those
acting
fucking,
job, Miami Vice.
That was his first one?
Eh,
We haven't had him on the show, huh?
no, I don't know him.
I mean, not like that. You know what I mean. We haven't talked about a movie that
We
he's
haven't
been
talked
in.
about John Leguizamo yet, no.
I like saying that they haven't been on the show.
Oh, I see. I got you.
Makes me feel cool.
Well, she started off with Miami Vice.
Top #1 TV show. I can't.
Number one.
#1.
America's #1 news show. She did the Carrie Shanley show and like Hill Street Blues and stuff.
Stop. Hammer Time.
Uh-huh.
We just talked about that one.
Before she landed this role.
Yeah.
And she has been working ever since.
What has she been on lately?
Lately, what does she do? Like, she did a long recurring role on Resurrection Boulevard in the early 2000s. Okay. And then she's done, like, Judging Amy and Game of Life and 24.
24 was season?
I don't remember what season she was on. That's right. That's your show.
That's my show.
My fault.
We haven't had Keith Sutherland on the show either, but I can't wait.
She plays a character named Teresa Ortega.
Oh, she's an Ortega? Oh! I do know who she is. Okay, anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, you are on it with that show.
Every day is a new adventure with 24.
Okay. Well, she just...
Where's she from?
I believe she is from El Salvador.
Oh, for real she is?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was like...
She's born in New York.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, for real she really is from El Salvador. That's cool.
No, she's just a good actress. She was born in New York.
What does she look like now? Because she is gorgeous.
She's still pretty.
Wait, is that her?
No, that's some Asian lady. That's her.
Okay, she still looks good.
Yeah.
Because they're coming to America.
Exactly. So, she just completed a new series called Black Jesus.
Black Jesus?
Yeah, she's on that one. She plays the judge.
I thought the show was over.
Well, it was in 2019. And she is doing a movie called 6 Rounds of Chloe.
Ooh. Is she Chloe?
No. She is Stella something or other.
Stella Dela Cruz.
So she's a supporting role.
I don't know. I'm just kidding.
She ain't the main role in this one.
It's okay. The main role sounds kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But she was gorgeous. She did a great job.
She did a really great job. She broke my heart, dude.
I love where she's like fucking pissed at his ass for not showing up on time.
I don't know how things go in your country, but in my country, when you make a date for a certain time, then you show up at that time.
You tell him, girl.
Oh.
I fucking hate being stood up, and I hate waiting a long time because
I mean, it's not his fault. It is
not his fault. But I literally would have been her. I would have came and been like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Now,
look how cute I am.
Question
and I
is,
waited.
30 seconds later, would you do the same thing she did and
Yes.
be like, I'm sorry I was mad at you?
Yes. Even
It's
if he had like half-ass excuse,
Uh-huh.
I would still end up doing what she did for him. Even if he was like, well, baby,
I'm still going to make you dinner.
I
I'm
fell
still gonna
asleep.
push up my dress. And
I did all of this. I did all of
She
this.
looked great.
But I would be pissed if I turned around, unless you did really get your ass beat. But if I turn around and did all that and I come out with your food and you pass the fuck out,
Yeah, that's a little...
I am not the innkeeper.
He just ran or walked and ran like 5 miles.
Yes, he was telling the truth. So I totally get his. And he's a sweet guy. Like, he gives the fruit to the kid. He's fucking...
Oh my God,
he
that's what I'm
fucking
talking
Aladdin
about.
him, man. He was like Aladdin and gave his last shit to some kids.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about this movie pulling at your heartstrings a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. And to see how, like, he, within a short period of time, not only was the community, like, cool with, like, a bunch of cool, interesting people, but he was such a cool and interesting person that he made friends with, the people who he was their professor.
Sure.
And fucking, yeah, I got you. And helps him out and shit. What's happening?
Yeah.
But then, he helps out this lady who also helps him out because they throw the fruit at the fucking cops or whatever who was trying to get him, remember?
No, it was the thugs from the jail.
The thugs from the jails, they were trying to get him.
It's the 2 gay guys.
And they came and
the
got...
bear and then the prancy
Yeah.
guys like, nah, my little cabron.
Take your pants off.
You're going to give us the money.
Yeah. And
But you're going to give us the money.
They were like, oh, fuck, are you fucking with fucking Rudy?
Uh-huh.
Kids!
And they start throwing oranges at his ass.
Jesus, you got a good arm. You hit that guy.
That mom, I don't know what she's credited as because it's not.
She did a good job.
It doesn't show, but she does a really good job.
Her and the lady at the end who's like begging to get into the... I was like, oh.
They break your heart, dude.
I was like, oh. I don't know if I would give it up because I would be like, I really need to get home. Like, I need to get home.
But she's there by herself.
She is there by herself.
She's there by herself. Her kids are already in America, and her husband is going as well.
Oh, she did say that. Because I thought for...
And he's the reluctant hero throughout the entire movie.
I thought that she was holding a child. The whole time she's like, come on, it's my husband. We didn't have enough money. And I thought she was holding a baby until Cheech like jumps down and then he throws whatever she's holding. And I was like, oh, you just threw a baby. Oh, I guess it's not a baby.
No, it's just a bag. It's just her like earthly possessions.
Shit, yeah. And that was really
It's
sweet.
just her life in a bag.
Yeah. Just everything. She was hoping something would happen.
And this guy is ripping them off. $500.
Which is a lot of money.
Especially in 1987.
I should have looked up that. But especially in 1987. But I mean, if they get caught, if you guys all get caught, you're going to get deported.
Sure.
And they're going to go to jail.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there is a big risk to it, but coyotes are known for the most part of being, shisty.
Yeah, of course.
Overpriced, last minute, pay me this kind of shit.
I was talking to Alex about that earlier. You know what the going rate is now? 15 grand.
I was going to say $2,000.
15. It's insane.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane.
And where am I supposed to fucking... I live in Mexico. How the fuck am I supposed to come up with 15 grand? Right. I live in America at this moment, and I could not come up with 15 grand.
Yeah.
If you gave
I'm trying to come up with 15 grand to make my movie. Dude, it is not easy.
The only way I could do that is if I did go illegally doing shit.
Well, I am out.
Wait, did we finish Cheech?
We talked about Cheech. We can talk about him some more. He plays Rudy.
I had some fun facts.
Give me that fun fact one time.
Okay, so fun fact.
I'm sorry.
Okay, fun fact. Do you know what Cheech's real name is? First name?
No.
Richard. But he goes by Dick for short, but not really short, as he says.
Oh, okay.
He got his name from his Theo, aka uncle, he fucking told him when he was 2 weeks old, he was like, oh, he looks like a chicharron. Chicharrones.
Okay.
Which are like little fucking pork rinds. And so Cheech stuck as his fucking name. So that's
interesting.
is where we get Cheech.
Okay.
Did you know? Well, if you didn't know, him and Cheech and Chong also, they started as a musical duo, comedy duo. And so they have a couple albums. But Cheech also has some albums by himself.
Yes, he does.
He came up with his very first album when he was 5. One of his mom's friends had a studio and he got to put out a first album when he was 5 singing Mexican songs, selling it in the neighborhood. Then he eventually did his Cheech and Chong album, but then quite recently in the 2000s, he did an album. He did a kid's book.
Okay.
And then he turned the kid's book into like 2 albums. And it's called Cheech the Bus Driver. And so it's like a kid's album and book telling shit. I don't know. I haven't heard it, but I would. I'm going to look it up and play it for our nieces and see how that goes.
Okay. I like that a lot.
He was born in South LA. And he was surrounded around a bunch of black people. I think that's why black people love him so fucking much, because we do. He also has the biggest collection of Chicano art in the world.
I'm glad that you brought that up. I forgot about that. Yes, he does.
In the world, you guys. He collects it. And I've seen some of his collection. I looked online and it is gorgeous. I would buy some of this stuff. It's so beautiful. Yeah. So he is very big into that. He also has a book out, if you want to read about him, called My Name's Not Cheech, But Don't Call Me Chong. Like, that's what it's called.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, it's called My Name's Not Cheech. Like, subtitle, Don't Call Me Chong. So you read about that, him and his life and his art and his work.
Okay.
And I'm out.
All right, if you're out and I'm out, then that is our show. And we are going to set up this scene for next week. We are sorry that Alex was not feeling too good, but that's what happens when you're in a car accident. So
we can't be mad at him.
We can't be mad at him.
He'll be back.
Man needs rest. So let's dive into this scene for next week.
Next week, since this month, you guys, is free month, I picked a really good movie. And
I thought you were going to tell him what it was. What the hell are you doing?
Whoa.
I thought you were going to give it away.
I didn't say.
Don't give him what we can sell. What movie is that from?
Is that... Wait,
it's Samuel Jackson. I'm just going to give it to you. The Great White Hype.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not versed on that one. But I do like that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying I picked one of my favorite movies that I've been waiting to find a place to put it.
You really have. You've been trying to fit this in somewhere.
I've been trying to fit this in, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it. So,
all right.
I'm excited.
So here we go with this one. You got the first line.
I just keep hearing the voice, and I know I can't do it, but I really want to do it. Okay.
Do it.
No.
Yeah, emulate it. The people want to hear it.
They don't want to hear it. Okay. I won't be able to do it with a straight face if I do it. Okay.
I'm just going to look out in the distance.
Pacific Ocean? Shit. That scared me to death sometimes. Something big.
Let's take
Hold
that
on,
back.
do it again. Okay. Pacific Ocean? Shit. That scared me to death, something that big.
Not me. I didn't kill my wife and I didn't kill her lover. Whatever mistakes I made, I paid for them and then some. That hotel, that boat. I don't think that's too much to ask.
Don't you ought to think, ugh. I'm so sorry. Literally haven't read this. I don't think you ought to be doing this to yourself, Andy. Those are just shitty pipe dreams. I mean, Mexico is way down the hill there. And you're here. That's the way it is.
You got it?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Back to one.
Pacific Ocean? Shit. That scared me to death, something that big.
Not me. I didn't shoot my wife and I didn't shoot her lover. Whatever mistakes I made, I paid for them and then some. That hotel, that boat. I don't think that's too much to ask.
I don't think you ought to be doing that to yourself, Andy. Those are just shitty pipe dreams. I mean, Mexico is way the hell down there and you're in here. That's the way it is.
Yeah, right. That's the way it is. It's down there and I'm in here. I guess it comes down to a simple question. Really? Get busy living or get busy dying? And I'm out.
You guys, I'm sorry. I literally got that at the last second, so...
Last minute audible, you guys.
Last minute. I literally didn't read through that. So, that is our next week's movie. I'm excited. There has to be a lot of fun facts about this show.
Oh, it's one of my favorite ones, and I'm going to have a tech corner for you, for sure.
Jason's Tech Corner. Yes.
And it's more so a filmmaking corner than anything else. Because there is... People study this movie when they want to become a filmmaker. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Well, I feel like I've studied it, so yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, you guys, that is our show. We thank you so much for sticking with us. We apologize for the short delay. And,
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Follow us, you guys. Send us your Hollywood Close Encounters, which I'll get Alex's the next time he's on here.
He's got plenty of them.
He's got plenty of them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And
be sure to follow Alex and follow his journey and follow Wet, a documented journey. It is a incredible show. He is a great performer and a very talented artist. And the message that he has to share with everybody, I think a lot of people should see.
Yes. Yeah.
So, all right, you guys, we are out. We will see you right here next week on Lights, Camera,
Cocktails. Get away from me. I'm American. That's it.